Versatile Mage. Chapter 372. Escort successful. After crossing a few hills, Tang Yu took out the totem orb. The life energy inside the totem orb had almost depleted, so she had to release the skyscraping snake as soon as possible. The moment the orb was taken out, a great mist burst out from it. The mist was blue-black in color. Mo Fan even hid some distance away to observe it, but to his surprise, the mist quickly spread to his area. Within seconds, his vision was shrouded, preventing him from seeing clearly. In the darkness, Mo Fan could sense something slithering in front of him. He felt a cold sensation. It appeared that something was pushing at him, forcing him back further. Mo Fan touched it with his hand and found it to be some cold snake scales. He immediately realized that the big guy was extending his body. Mo Fan quickly ran to a higher rock nearby. He stood on top of the rock and glanced down. The entire place was shrouded in a blue-black mist, taking up half of the mountain. In the mist, a giant figure would show itself at times, presenting its firm, sturdy scales. The patterns on the snake's skin looked like a wall painting to Mo Fan at his distance. Before, he was observing the big guy through a window on a building. This time, there was nothing between them. A great chill rose from deep down in his soul. Mo Fan did not even dare to look at him any further. A moment later, the blue-black mist finally cleared. An enormous snake lay right on the mountain. Its body was coiled around the rocks, hung on the walls, and spread across the ground. It felt like the mountain was on the verge of collapsing due to its weight. Mo Fan had jumped onto the rock to make space for the skyscraping snake. However, when he glanced down, his entire field of vision was occupied by it. It was a stunning view. Mo Fan, jump over here. The big guy is bringing us to the cave. Tang Yu boldly stood on the skyscraping snake's head and waved her hand at him. I think I'll escort him from here, said Mo Fan. There was a kind of despairing fear one would experience when they stood on a lonely rock, surrounded by snakes underneath. He was standing on a rock, with a single snake right under him. However, the snake was even more terrifying than thousands of ordinary snakes together. The fear due to the sheer difference in size fully occupied his mind. Come over quick, otherwise, I'll let the big guy invite you personally, said Tang Yu. As soon as Tang Yu finished her sentence, Mo Fan instantly jumped down from the rock and landed on the snake's head with a pale face. The skyscraping snake's head was spacious enough to build a basketball court on. His remarkably large eyes were staring at Mo Fan. He did not even dare to take a deep breath. Don't worry, he knows that you've helped him in his most crucial time. He won't blame you for stepping on his head. Tang Yu let out a charming smile when she saw Mo Fan's terrified expression. She initially thought nothing in the world could intimidate Mo Fan. If he were being naughty again, she would just let the big guy teach him how to behave. The skyscraping snake hissed. Mo Fan immediately saw a giant red rug swaying wildly in front of him. He almost fell to the ground, onto the snake's head. He's saying thank you, said Tang Yu with a giggle. You're welcome, responded Mo Fan with a forced smile. Let's go, big guy. You're safe now, Tang Yu said as she liked to sit between the skyscraping snake's eyes, waving her fair legs on the beast's forehead. Mo Fan simply closed his eyes, feeling rather uncomfortable. The skyscraping snake slithered across the hills. The backbone of the hills, which seemed quite massive to human eyes, was only a little fold on flat ground for the beast. His body remained stable as he moved past it. Sitting on the skyscraping snake's head, they crossed several hilltops in the blink of an eye, but the truth was, he was moving at a fairly slow pace. After crossing several hills, a relatively huge mountain finally appeared in front of them. The huge mountain was their destination. The hills were only like pieces of rocks in the skyscraping snake's eyes, whereas the mountain was huge enough to be called a hill. It was easy to spot the cave. It was located right at the waist of the White Mountain. The skyscraping snake climbed along the mountain walls and soon arrived at the entrance of the cave. It was not necessary to describe the size of the cave, since it was able to contain the skyscraping snake within it. In fact, Mo Fan was not too inclined to follow the snake into it. The cave was fully covered in darkness, so it was impossible to tell if there were any beasts living inside it. It was said that the cave extended in all directions like a maze. Not only did it connect several mountains together, one could also access the underground realm from the cave. It was not exaggerating to say there was a pack of demon beasts living inside it. Big guy, rest up now. We're heading back. Tang Yu stood on the wall so her line of sight was parallel to the skyscraping snake's head. The skyscraping snake hissed, as if he understood what Tang Yu was trying to say. "Oh, you better give me some of your blood," said Tang Yu. The skyscraping snake bent backward slightly and bit his body with his fangs, leaving 2 huge holes. He took a sip and sucked quite an amount of blood from them. "That's too much." Tang Yu waved her hand. Mo Fan was left speechless. The totem beast was rather straightforward. The blood he had sucked up alone could give Tang Yu a blood bath. "What are you planning to do with his blood?" Mo Fan was confused. "The plague is getting serious. We might be able to find the source of the plague from his blood, and use it to produce the serum," said Tang Yu. The plague had been bothering Tang Yu throughout the journey. Now that the skyscraping snake was safe, her priority was to deal with the plague. The skyscraping snake's poison was mainly from his blood, so if she could bring his blood back, assuming that he was truly responsible for the plague, the blood would be useful in finding the cure. "You've got to be kidding. We tried so hard to escape, and now we have to find a way to go back." Mo Fan was not sure if he should be laughing or crying. "What else should we do? We can't just ignore the plague. We don't have to do anything. The royal guards will be here soon. They will bring us back," said Tang Yu. "Is there a better way?" "I'm afraid that they will try to get even with us along the way," said Mo Fan. "We're running out of time. A minute wasted might mean another person catching the plague. Let's hope the blood will work," said Tang Yu. "If it works, it would prove that the beast is responsible for the plague. That way, Councilman Zhu Meng will be even more determined to eliminate him." Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.